Who's the GOAT? MJ or LeBron?
Hmm. I gotta go Bron.
Oh,
I gotta go Bron because
welcome to the Bison Brothers Basketball Podcast, your number one home for all things Bison basketball. My name is Chip Washington, the self-appointed Bison basketball fanatic.
I love it. I love it. What's up, Chip? What's up, Bison Nation? This is your boy Brian B. Smooth, host and lover of all things Howard, and still lover of all things basketball. And man, we got a wonderful show lined up for you guys tonight. Woo, it's gonna be off the chain. Chip.
No doubt, no doubt. And before we get to our special guest, we want to continue to remind Bison Nation to donate to the Mecca Society. That is Howard's Name, Image, and Likeness Collective. You can do that by going to the meccasociety.org. You can also donate to the athletic department at hubison.com. You can donate directly there and through the Bison Express Booster Club. And as always, please continue to tell everyone about this podcast. You can hear us just about anywhere on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple, and you can interact with us on Instagram at Bison Brothers Basketball. So continue to tell everybody about the podcast. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, and make it happen. And we're gonna get into today's show because I am super duper excited. So
Chip,
Bison Nation,
why are you so excited, Chip? Why are you so excited?
I'm excited because we got an icon coming to the stage.
Ooh.
Let me just tell you a little bit. So she entered Howard in the 2020-2021 season as a freshman. As a sophomore, she was named to the MEAC tournament most outstanding player and the all tournament team. And she was selected to the all MEAC second team. And in her sophomore year, y'all, led the team to the NCAA's tournament first win for the Bison. Outstanding. Then she comes back the next year, 2022-2023. She was named the MEAC Player of the Year, named the Box to Row HBCU Co-Player of the Year, and again named to the All MEAC Tournament team. And then facing adversity, she had an injury that took her out for the 2023-2024 season. But she came back this year, led the team to a stellar 12-2 conference record. She was named to the HBCU or the Box to Row HBCU All-America first team All MEAC. Just outstanding. And for her last year of eligibility, she's taken all of that Bison energy to the Badger State for the University of Wisconsin. Big Ten, baby.
Wow.
And if you still didn't, after all of that, if you couldn't tell how iconic and how special she is, she got her own shirt, y'all. Her own shirt.
Own shirt.
Big time flex. So without further ado, Bison Nation, let's give a warm Showtime band intro to the one, the only Destiny Howell, aka Dez. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Everybody.
You're gonna miss that, right?
I'm gonna miss that so bad. Yeah.
We're gonna have to bottle it up for you so you can play it when you're getting ready for the game. We'll get a little taste for you. We gotta have it though.
For sure.
Welcome to the show, Destiny.
Thank you.
No doubt, no doubt. We're so appreciative of you giving us a little bit of your time. So thankful. This was I told Brian pre-show, this is the Give Destiny Her Flowers show, because we are just super excited about all of the accomplishments that you had while you were here. You've done so much, so we want to get into all of that. Yes, just super duper flowers. And man, we're just so excited about this interview. So I know I mentioned the first tournament win, and I think Brian wanted to go a little bit deeper into that.
Yeah. Just because I was there, right? So, Destiny, I've known you since day one, and I've got a chance to watch you grow into just an amazing player. You came in really gifted, but you matured into this, what'd you say, iconic player. And so I need us, because I know how I felt when I was sitting down there in Columbia, South Carolina, when you all pulled out the victory against Incarnate Word. I would love to hear from you. Maybe you can share with the fans. What did it feel like being part of a team that created that kind of history? What did it feel like?
That was something that we didn't necessarily envision doing before that year. We envisioned, winning the MEAC tournament, and it kind of just stopped there. Like, we didn't really see anything further. And I was like, yeah, we're going to go to March Madness. And we didn't really have any expectations. So to be able to pull out that win when we were there, it felt great, because we knew that we were going to be able to hang a banner, and we knew that we just made history. And that was something like that was really hard to process and like wrap your head around in the moment, because it's another win on the the standings. Like when you look at Howard and you look at the wins and losses, it's just another win that gets added. But it's so much deeper than just a win. Like we really were able to put up a banner, and not many people are able to say that they were a part of something like that, or contributed to something like that, or had a special part in something like that. So I'm just super blessed to be in this opportunity and be specifically in that moment with that team. Like, that was a really special team that we had that year, a really special team, and it felt amazing.
So just a follow up here, because again, as you heard in the intro, one of us is very hyperbolic, and the other one is me, right? So Chip's going to have some hyperbole for you, but I just want to let you know that I too didn't know how to respond, because when you all were playing, it's kind of like we go to the, March Madness, and sometimes we get paired against really good teams or teams that are more competitive than us. And so we kind of get to go, and then we get kind of walked home, too fast. But to have a chance to have a playing game and down to the wire, I just know that what you emitted from the court was this level of coolness that we've grown accustomed to seeing you have when you just in your flow. So if you had any other emotions going on besides being cool, it would be good to hear about them, because right now we just think that anytime the lights go on, Destiny shows up. So was there any other emotions besides just, hey, we're here, that you had?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, being in an arena that was my first time ever playing in an arena that was that big. So I remember walking in, I'm just like, wow, this place is this place is really big. This place is really cool. I remember telling Coach Ty, I was like, this is before the game, and like, we'll have our little moment before the game. And I told her, I was like, the lights are really bright. She was like, oh man, here we go. I was like, no, we're good. We're good. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if I've been playing in gyms where we're not paying the electrical bill as much as they are, but man, this is something. This is something I've never seen before. So I don't want to say nervous, because it's hard to be nervous when you prepare to be in moments like that, especially that time in my career. I felt like I found my groove. So that nervous feeling, I wasn't really having that anymore. But when it really got like down to the wire, those last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, looking at the scoreboard, I was like, okay, we gotta pull something off. And it wasn't like I'm scared for us, because I know that we're not going to be able to pull through. But sometimes when games get that close, when you look at the scoreboard, it's like a reality check almost, and you're like, okay, this is really what it is. Like, we need to stop, we need to score, or we need something to happen, we need something to shake. So I was a little bit, in my head about how we were gonna pull that all together, how we were gonna pull out a stop a score, if they got the ball back, like what we were gonna do, just trying to think ahead and plan ahead for anything. So a lot was going through my mind at the time, but it's good to hear you say that. I seemed like I was cool because now I was
Well,
thinking 1,000
we,
thoughts.
we had to know because I mean I'm sitting there and I'm screaming because I'm cool most of the time, but that time I wasn't. That time I was like, we are about to do something we've never done before, and everybody's looking all wild in the audience, and I look at you and you're like, I'm like, she's ice cold, like she's not feeling any of this. Do you not know how impressive this is? So I appreciate you letting us know. I think the part that I wanted to make sure you did, because we're giving flowers now, is that wasn't just the calls from other alum and you had a lot of people traveling around just to come see you all play because we know how special it was, but it was big for HBCU basketball. And to hear you all mention, I'm listening to stories about people that potentially could win games. You all are listed. You're part of some iconic history. So I just hope you can take that with you as you head to the Big Ten and know that you put an imprint on HBCU basketball. So dig that.
Thank
Dig
you.
that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
No
Chip,
doubt.
thank you for letting me get that off my chest. I've been waiting to ask this question for like 4 years. So now I can catch up to today. So go ahead, man.
So since you had such a cool nature, at that game, I want to kind of go back to your roots.
Okay.
You're a New Yorker coming out of Queens, and I saw that you played at, St. Francis Prep. Tell me a little bit about that in terms of how that, because I would imagine playing in New York has to be, at some
Yeah.
kind of level. Can you tell me about your time at St. Francis Prep and how that prepared you for where you are today?
For sure. So I actually, a lot of like different websites and different people just say Queens, New York, and like that's cool too. I'll rep Queens, but it's really hard to just say Queens because it was Queens, Long Island, and I played a lot of basketball on Long Island as well. Um, Before I transferred to St. Francis Prep, I was actually up in Glen Cove for 2 years before that playing high school basketball, and just realized that I had to get up out of there. It's no level of competition that's really pushing me to just be better. I was coasting, I was comfortable. I was actually the point guard. I was actually the point guard.
Get
Right.
out of here.
Yeah, I've played every position at a pretty like high level, which is crazy. But made the decision to transfer to St. Francis Prep towards the end of my sophomore year. Grades were slipping. Was just able to do whatever I wanted to do in public school. And if I wanted to make that jump to where I was going to be able to go to college and play Division I basketball, I had to have everything in my life just do a complete 180. So transfer to St. Francis Prep, Catholic school. Catholic school, public school is on two opposite sides of the spectrum. So going there, it was like, okay, everything is super strict. 75 is failing. You got to be on time to class at this time. If you're late, you get this slip and you got to go to detention. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make it. My junior year was really rough. I was also commuting from Glen Cove to Queens. So I wake up every morning at around 5:30. I take the cab to the train, get on that like 5, maybe like 55, 6 a.m. train, and then take the train to Jamaica Station, have to wait for the Q30 right off of Jamaica Station, take the Q30 all the way to St. Francis, and then get off, take the Q76, and then do my little walk across the street, and then now I get to school. So already I was in a situation where I was hustling extra hard to just even be there and exist there. So now I knew that me being in that kind of environment, that I had to really hustle on the court because I'm working overtime just to have an opportunity to play at a high level and to get this discipline in the classroom to get me to where I need to be. So it was really different for me overall, just adjusting to that, having freedom and having people feeling like they're suffocating you because they want you to do better. So as a teenager, you naturally push back. And I was pushing back a lot for people who were trying to help me. All love for them now. All love for them now. But we for sure butt heads because they just wanted me to be great and they saw the potential in me. And I just being a hard-headed kid. And my team at the time, you know, I want to say my junior year, I had about 5 other people that like could have or did play Division I basketball. So it was competitive, like practice competitive, even like playing time, like trying to play, like that was competitive. And that was something I wasn't used to. And that was something that we were doing every day. We were competing every day. And I'm super grateful for me being able to be in that environment because it shifted my mindset into what practice meant. I used to BS practice in the worst way. Like because I'm gonna come to the game, I'm gonna show up. But I didn't need to be in a place where I just had to show up. And that's what St. Francis Prep taught me was literally it's a preparatory school and they prepared me not just academically, but athletically, especially to be where I am today. Like if my grades weren't what they were there, I wouldn't be in a position to even be at Howard University.
Wow.
So, I owe a lot to that place because it really helped me mature before I got to college and really helped me as a player, like being around all those people that just wanted me to succeed and being around people who have those same goals as me as playing Division I basketball. They're bringing coaches to the gym. They're bringing people out to see us. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just like a one person or one man show.
Okay. Well, on this theme of giving you flowers, and I'm so glad that you touted the nature of St. Francis Prep because we got a surprise for you. We're gonna bring somebody on
Surprise.
to give you a few more flowers. We had some technical difficulties with it, but I think we got it. I think we got it
it's
worked
gonna
out.
be
We're about
good.
to bring her to the stage, the one and only
You guys
Coach Joanne Wagner from St. Francis Prep.
Oh my gosh. How are you doing? I'm doing
As you
great.
were talking, I was sitting there laughing at everything and shaking my head saying, yep.
I gave her the worst headache out of anybody in that entire school. And she would not let up. She would not let up.
No, we got through it together, right?
We did.
Yeah. And everything she said is the exact truth. She came thinking public school, this is great. She used to walk into practice. Coach Curry would say, hey, get rid of her. I said, no, come on. We worked it or no. We went through the reps ourselves. And academically, the same thing. But I tell you, couldn't have been prouder of the day that you put that cap and gown on and walked in graduation because I know, because we talked a lot too. And I know what you went through personally and everything else to get to that point. But you had that little chip, but the chip got smaller and smaller as the weeks went on. And by the time, this is the last thing, but her senior year came along, she was the leader of our team. She talks about, you're talking about that game that she played in college. She's the one that won our last city championship game for us. She just, and you talk about cool, you give her the ball, she's all over the place, right? I mean, she couldn't miss. Biggest win we've had in years. And it was all because of her. And you would never know. She walks off, she's snapping for her teammates. And like she said, we had 3 Division I players that year.
Wow.
As seniors. But yeah, she was just, I can't stop smiling because I'm laughing at everything you said because I'm reliving every moment that we had together. And they were great times. So proud of what you have accomplished at Howard.
Thank you.
And all the little sidekicks you have going on in your life too. You know, I mean, it's unbelievable. And I was telling people today what I was going to do. And they were like, oh my God, tell her we said hello. Tell her we said hello. Because everybody remembers Destiny. Mr. McLaughlin, Val, everybody. They all said say hello.
I'm gonna come back up when I come home in May.
Yes, come.
I'll be up there.
Come
For
and
sure.
see me so I can give you the real hug.
I love
know,
it.
I know. Long, super long overdue.
Yep. Yep. And my last wish for you is that this next year, which I have no doubt will be just the next step in your journey of success, because you are so focused. Destiny, like I said, it's amazing to me when I think of the kid, and I call you a kid, that walked into the gym, walked into St. Francis Prep as a junior, thinking you owned the world, and to look at you now, you do own the world, but you've accomplished that through all that you have given to everybody, your family, everyone. By the way, how's your little sister?
They're great. They're huge. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bring them when I come up.
Oh yes, please
Yeah,
do. I
yeah.
would love to see them.
I got you.
Love to. All right, you. Look at, hey,
I appreciate you.
from me to you.
Love you.
Love you too, babe.
Love
Good
it.
luck.
Thank you so much, Coach Wagner. Thank
Hey,
you so
thank
Yeah.
much
you
for
for
coming.
asking me to do this. This is like really I for the past 24 hours I have relived all those experiences, and it's been a wonderful experience. Thank you.
Good.
Fantastic.
Thank you so
Coach.
much.
All right.
Mm.
Take
All
care.
right.
I
I'll
will
see you
All
soon,
right.
Wags.
I'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Now, thank you. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That is all right.
That was a good
All
surprise.
right.
No, you
You like
guys,
that?
you guys really got me on that one. You guys
Hey.
really got me on that one.
Iconic player. We got to have iconic moments. So
It's just crazy how you said like talk about my journey, and she was just such like a huge part in that journey, and not letting me just quit and be mediocre. And yeah, that she did a lot for me at St. Francis Prep. A lot.
all right. All right.
That's
So
awesome.
there was. I'm holding back the emotion. That was I really appreciate
I'm
it.
not crying. You're crying. Well, I can tell you that's the first time I saw Destiny break from that cool look. She's like, "What? What?" I said, "Oh, little surprise. I like that. I like that. I like that." Yeah, Chip.
So
See, Chip did his research, so you got to know Chip did all his research. So he
I
reached
see.
out
I
to Coach
see.
Wagner, and we will tell you that she's a champ. She's going to get her SAG card because she got on about 15 minutes before you got on, and we had to figure out how to connect everything. So she was able to go to Plan B so she could be heard and seen. So I'm glad it worked out well, and we really appreciate her taking time to make sure that she could let you know how much you mean to her in the program. So
For sure.
fantastic. All right, Chip. Now you got to ask some more hard-hitting questions here.
yes.
You're the man of hyperbole. I need some hyperbolic moments here.
So now we want to get back to Howard here and just kind of tell us about your progression at Howard in terms of, what it meant to you from coming in as a freshman and kind of all that you had, up until now. Just tell us a little bit about that progression. Like what was Howard to you before you got here, and what is it now that you had all of this time and experience here?
That's a good one. Okay. Start with the progression part. Coming in as a freshman, well, actually, let's even go farther back. Coming in as a senior, taking my visit, and walking in the gym, just kind of feeling the vibes and seeing how the team was interacting. I remember looking up, like around, looking at the banners, because that's something that, like, when you walk in Burr, like it's pretty noticeable. You don't got to look too high, or you don't got too big in the arena where you gotta look for something. So I remember seeing Sadia Doyle 13, and I was like, okay, that was the last one that was hung up there. I gotta get up there. I don't know how, but I have to. And that was like my initial thought, coming into the gym. And I never really had like aspirations of, or even just thought like, oh yeah, I want my jersey hung, or I want my jersey retired, or whatever the case may be. I want to be a Hall of Famer. Like, that was never even a goal for me. And that was something that just sparked in a moment of me seeing Sadia's name being hung. So coming into my freshman year, being able to play behind Jayla Thornton and play with Jayla Thornton, who was a former MEAC Player of the Year, pick up things from her, and get my feet wet. freshman year, you have a lot to learn in college basketball because it's just such a different gap and different level of competition and different level of speed in high school, and that's already something to adjust to. So I think that during that second half of this season, I definitely started to get some more rookies of the week, started to pick some things up, started to really like get loose a little bit. I would say the Coppin State game, I started to get loose, and I was like, okay, you hooping, bro, you hooping. All right. So then fast forward to my sophomore year, Jayla's not there anymore. We had another transfer. Come in from Quinnipiac, and I just realized like, yo, you gotta be the guy. Like you gotta be that. And every time I'm in a situation where my back is against the wall and I have to do something, I deliver. And I've realized that about myself being at Howard. Coach Todd telling me like, there is no more Jayla. We don't have this MEAC player of the year to rely on anymore. Like somebody has to do it for us. And if it can't be you, then we have to figure out who else it's going to be. But I want it to be you. So started really getting my feet wet, started really getting comfy towards like December. I think once December hit, I had my first 20-point game, had the game winner at Hofstra after that. And I was like, oh yeah, we're rolling. I like this. And I haven't gone back from there. Everything has just been on the up and up until, my senior year hit and tore my ACL. And it was so much anticipation coming into that next season with, getting player of the year, having that chip game where we went out the way we did, but I had 30 points in that championship game, and I had 6 of those in the last 25 seconds of the game. Mm-hmm. So I had an extra chip on my shoulder because we were right there, and I knew that I just could have did a little bit more to help us win. So me being able to have that motivation going through my rehab and coming back definitely helped me stay positive, even though that's a whole nother story. That rehab and that ACL recovery will really have you look at yourself as a person differently. Like you like go through an identity crisis because you take the basketball away from somebody, and then you really start to think, who am I without this basketball in my hand? Like, who am I as a person? And that's something that I had to deal with. And I'm honestly really grateful for the opportunity because it helped me mature into the person that I am today. And it helped me see like not even just basketball, but life, like through a different lens. So I think that me not being able to see that in the moment kind of crushed me. But looking back and now being able to reflect on that, I'm just super appreciative that it gave me this new outlook on life and new outlook on the game. And just having gratitude for being able to walk, being able to run, being able to jump, sit down, sleep without pain. And leading into this year, I got cleared October 28th, like fully clear to go. Our first game was November 4th. Right. I got thrown into the fire quick. Had to figure it out. I didn't even know if I could play more than 20 minutes, like cardio wise, because I haven't gone more than 10. I played 33 that game and had 23 points in my first game back. And I was trying not to feel so high because once you start feeling high, God will humble you fast, very fast. And next game, we played George Washington, and they're a team that's beat us every year I've been at Howard. I told Coach Sarah, I was like, well, I didn't play that last year that we played them. That was the only game I think I sat because like my rotator cuff was messed up that game. But I told Coach Sarah, I was like, we're not losing this year. I promise you that. We're not losing this year. Had 20 that game. Georgetown, I think, was right after that. Tough loss. Got busted in my eye. I don't even know if you guys could see it, but got busted in my eye. Should have shot 2 free throws. He would have won the game, but we're not even going to get into that. I was on this super like high horse coming back. Like, oh yeah, y'all thought I was about to be what? I was about to come back struggling. Like, nah, I'm out here dropping 20 straight off the ACL injury. I just got cleared a week ago. Like, I'm feeling great. And after that, everything started to go super downhill for me. I started having 6-point games, 9-point games, 7-point, and I'm looking at myself like this isn't even you. Like I don't even recognize myself on the court anymore. Which then you thinking like that feeds into your upcoming games and your practices that you're having, and you start second guessing yourself. And one thing that, you know, if you see me play and you know that I have is confidence. Super confident in myself. I talk the talk, I walk the walk. I have confidence. That was something that was slowly getting drained from me day by day. And it hurt because, you know, I know what me at my best self looks like. And it's like, how am I not able to replicate this night in and night out? Why is it so inconsistent? Why am I second guessing doing certain things, doing certain moves with my knee? Why am I second guessing being able to just play basketball again? So I hit a little bit of a slump and wasn't comfortable with playing. Like me and the ball didn't feel like we were one. And that's something that's so hard to like get back, because it's just a feeling. Like it's not something that you can sit in the gym. Like yes, you can work on it. You could prepare. You could, you know, go overtime in the gym and really try and get that feeling back. But it's something that just like it's just there or it's not. And up until maybe like January, I had I think maybe 22, 23 against Del State, something like that. And I was like, okay, I'm feeling better, but I still didn't feel like I was where I should have been. But throughout, I would say November to January, I realized that I can be a better rebounder, better passer, and better defender than I ever was at Howard University. Those were things that were like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that because I'm playing basketball. But I'm gonna go score the ball because I have to do that. So now when you take that part away from my game, it left me with, okay, I have to be on the court because I am who I am. And I'm still valuable. But in what other ways am I gonna bring value to this team? In what other ways am I gonna be able to bring this team together and still pull out a win if I'm not scoring 20 points? And that was something that I really appreciated from this season. Going through it was one of the worst times of my life because I really questioned if I was still good at basketball. I really questioned if I still had this God-given ability. I still questioned if I was still gonna go pro. Like I was having these questions night in and night out. And it really was tearing me down day by day. But reflecting on it now, like I'm so grateful for that experience because I learned how to do other things. I learned how to impact the game in other ways. I learned how to be a really good passer. I learned how to have somebody just not score on me. I learned how to go get 10 rebounds, go get 9 rebounds as a bigger guard, because that's something that I should be doing more. So now bringing all those things into Wisconsin and adding the confidence, I'm super excited for this year, man. I'm super excited. And being able to have resources that are going to help me just be a better player, be a better person, be stronger, just take everything up a few notches. So
we're going to end this show like we always do, as we got the iconic Destiny Howell in the house. Bison Nation, you know how we do. H-U.
You know.
Bison Nation,